Back here at the Robins Center, 67-64. Richmond with an overtime win over Duquesne. We're joined by Coach Aaron Roussell here now. And a thriller tonight for you, Coach. Obviously, it looked for a moment there. First half, you got control of things, and then back and forth. A lot of opportunities in this game, and really some solid play from your team tonight to come away with a win.
Was it only a moment? That was a long moment. If it looked bleak for a moment, we're going to call that a long moment. You know, we kind of had to laugh a little bit. I mean, there was a stretch there, through probably the first 14 minutes or so that I literally do not think we could have played any worse. You know, hats off to Duquesne. I thought they ran some good stuff, and their players, dinged in and took advantage of our mistakes. But we couldn't have played any worse, but yet we hung ourselves in there, and I thought Angel came in, gave us some good minutes. I thought the bench came in, gave us some energy, and Anaya was great keeping us close there. And then we got it close, and then kind of got away from. I thought we missed some opportunities to start the third quarter. But again, kind of the story of the night. We make some mistakes and still find a way to fight back.
You look at it, and as we're watching it, we see a good defensive team that they possess. But tonight, your defense kind of stepped up. They're a good three-point percentage team defensively. You shot the ball well from three, and you kept their leading scorer under wraps as well, as it was really difficult for Bazelak to get any room at all tonight.
Yeah, and I think we just kind of had to keep switching up our defense. I thought when we allowed them to get comfortable early and kind of went to the zone, and I thought we were good there, and then they started figuring a few things out. We had to make some adjustments, and I thought we were good in the third quarter, going back to our man. But yeah, I mean, I thought we kind of had to try to keep them off their toes a little bit. They just have so many weapons out there, and I know they were in some foul trouble, but that's a really, really good team. They've been fun to watch here the last few days, and that's what probably makes it a little more gratifying. As that's a very well-coached team and a good team. But I thought our defense was pretty much the story. That was a really low-scoring game for as potent offense as they were, for us to hold them to 31%. And that's really been our MO here for a while. You look at the season, maybe not defensive field goal percentage, but here as of late, we've really, I thought, been very good on the defensive end.
And I know you have to keep going one game after another, but what does this one do for you now, for your team and maybe for the psyche? You got a couple wins in a row, obviously, but this seemed like it was one that the kids really wanted to get.
I'll tell you what, it allows us to sit back and enjoy this one for a little bit. I mean, that was fun. That was a lot of energy. A lot of kids stepped up. We had some of our better players that, someday it's just not your day. And if they would have had some more chances, I think they would have probably bounced back. But we had some other kids that stepped up. I thought Anaya was fantastic today. I know she was winded, but we kept calling her number a little bit with Elena too. There were some long stretches with those guys out there, and they pushed through. I could tell that we were tired. I don't know if they were, but we kept trying to convince our kids that they were tired because I knew that we were tired. But I think that showed a lot of heart from our group today.
So you get a physical game like this with a hard-nosed defensive team. That's their style. Yeah. And now you got Fordham coming in on Sunday.
Are we going there already? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's fantastic. She's a fantastic coach. Obviously, it'll be cool to have our alumni game and to have her on the other sideline. That's going to be about as well-prepared team as you're going to find out there. And you hit it on the head. Just a really tough team. That team's physical, but they're smart. They don't make mistakes. And, I've enjoyed watching that team from afar when they weren't in our league. And I guess we've put them off long enough in the conference schedule. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for our team. I think we're playing well right now. Won 5 of our last 7 when maybe things weren't going well a few weeks ago. So to win 5 of 7, to have a little bit of juice going into that game, I'm excited to see how our kids respond.
All right, Aaron, thanks.
All right,
we'll see you on Sunday. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good win.
Thank you.
That's Spiders women's head coach Aaron Roussell, and it's a win for Richmond as they come out of here with that victory in the overtime session, and a big game now coming up with Fordham on Sunday. So the Spiders come away victorious here in this one tonight in overtime. And again, the defense was kind of the story, with a lot of players chipping in and working and doing good things together as far as getting the effect of what they needed to get done to pick up the victory here tonight. 67-64, as Anaya Carpenter is going to come over and join us here now, and we're going to sit down and talk to her real quick as we are waiting for her to step over to this table and join us with 21 points. That's a new career high for her tonight. And Anaya has joined us at the table now, and we were just talking with Coach a minute ago about this game, and for you tonight, stepping up and getting that career high, and another big performance after the LaSalle game. So what's been working well for you in these last couple of games?
I think just coming out hard. Coach been, reiterating that we need to practice hard going into these games. Like, we're coming down in a stretch, and we're getting tired and stuff like that, but this is when we click. And I think that coming out, having good practices, locking in with Scout, you know, you just pay attention, getting extra shots in, you know, before games with coaches, and I think, you know, had to protect the home floor. So it was a good win. It was a
You
good
know,
win.
what was the clicking point for you here tonight? They kind of started off in the first half, but you guys just hung in there and battled. You weren't shooting it too well, but defensively tonight, really covering up their shooters and not letting Bazelak get started, not giving her any room. So what really clicked for you to get that started?
I think coming off the bench, I seen, you know, the energy. We just needed energy coming in. So I was like, I'm going to give my team energy. And we came in and, you know, Coach Roussell was like, we have to, you know, stop the players, the key players, the shooters. You know, they're a very good shooting team. So it's like, take away the threes and, you know, box out. Like, rebounding is one of our keys. So we did.
Could you sense something as the game wore on? You get deeper into the third quarter, deeper into the fourth quarter. Can you sense when you're starting to get control of it and maybe going to be able to pull this thing out at some point?
Yes. For me, I felt like I wanted to win. Like, this is a big game for us, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give everything I have, and you know, I know these guys are fighting for me. I mean, these girls are fighting for me, and you know, they're gonna have my back. So I was just like, I'm gonna give everything I have, and my team followed up and hit some clutch shots and got some clutch rebounds, and everybody kept, you know, encouraging me to keep going, and I think my team really helped me and feed into the energy, and I did well.
We're watching some of the highlights, some three-point shooting, some drives to the basket there. Obviously took advantage of a couple of matchups. You felt like you had the ability either to shoot it from the outside or drive to the bucket when you needed to, right?
Yeah, I think Coach Roussell really seen the mismatch on my girl, and he called a lot of plays for me, and I just capitalized, and we've been working hard, like coming hard off of screens and reading the defense, and I think I did really well tonight with that. So
That certainly showed up that way with the new career high 21. Now Fordham's in, so you get a little bit of the same. After a tough game with Duquesne, you got a tough Fordham team coming in next.
Yeah.
So they're tough.
Yeah, they are. But, you know, we're going to hit the hardwood, and we're going to do well, and we're going to practice well. So
Thanks, and I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
luck on Sunday.
Thank you. I appreciate
That's
it.
Anaya Carpenter visiting with us here for just a moment or two after that big game with 21 points to help the Spiders tonight in that overtime win. Big game all the way around for the Spiders this evening. Now Fordham is in town for the 2 o'clock showdown here on Sunday. As we said, it's another big matchup and another physical team that plays strong defense that'll be in here on Sunday. Again, the final tonight, 67-64, Richmond on top of Duquesne. We'll visit with you again soon. Until then, good night from the Robins Center.